football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Allen now looks to throw. Dancing to his left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
At the 18-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Allen. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Takk McKinley in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey, box truck.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. Got an open man. That's Campbell. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Let's go, defense.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A
gain of 6 yards.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Mike 28. Mike 28. Watch the screen.
Wentz now on first down. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out.
That's what I'm talking about, boy.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
Say. Check 13. Check 13.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Sunday. Hey, turn it up. Mike 28. Mike 28.
Now Wentz on third down. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1. Back now in Atlanta's second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Leonard Fournette. His 14th touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down. At about the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10.
Check three. Switch. Back. Hey, Zoo. 57, come on.
Allen. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. It's a gain of 34. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
2nd and 7 at the 21-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Push him back. Kill.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Go. Okay, check 24. What's this on?
Throwing now is Wentz. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
the 30 on second down. Allen. Campbell making the catch. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Check, cross, middle. Big air. Alert. Alert. Switch. Alert. Regular. Check 15. Go.
Here we go with Kamara. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run. This is Kamara. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Hey, wahoo! 57, Mike, 57. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
From the gun, it's Allen. Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. Another run, this time McCaffrey. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick, and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On play action, Allen. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on third.
Let's go. Bravo. 57.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen, eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Falcons take over first.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. A final shot before half for Wentz. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down in inches. Again, it's Fournette. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Falcons push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half score. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Marcus Peters came screaming in on the corner blitz.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Kamara trying the right side. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, oh, wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Paris Campbell, an even 90 yards. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it again with Fournette. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. This one caught by Ridley. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come. Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
All right, here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Back.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wentz. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
What's this on? 55 is my guy, 55. Hey.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the 12-yard line.
Go. Waiting. Great 15. Great 15.
Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe, defense.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Watch the edge.
Kill.
They'll give Fournette another crack. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. To throw, it's Wentz. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Again, it's Kamara. He'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. Catch made here by Campbell. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. Going up top. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now that turnover might just about do it here. 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of 1st downs, and this one should just about be over.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Fournette running right. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Done. 180.
Check in. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
You pay for Tokyo.
Don't be scared of it.
Hey, my 7.
28. I don't even know why this team showed up.
My 28.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set
Done.
Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to float this one deep right side. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
I'm trying to look out for you, dog.
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man.
Put a bounty on the nigga head and usually catch through with it.
Today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
And it came. Bruh. And they kept even that nigga one-on-one.
And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
These guys are running offense like
We gonna get about this game. Somebody fuck around and get hurt.
How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Look at that. Look at that.
That's going to be caught. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their totals.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to, because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary.
Hey, whoever that is, he had on risen.
This is how it
Get
works.
released today.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going to the
That's
the virtual guys on the screen.
What pick up doing the red zone?
After this one.
In that case, run it out.
Got to be taken in the end zone. And all that work,
Hey, guys, what pick up doing the red zone?
And he's simply taking a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Oh, yeah. When he was in the red zone, yeah.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next
Shit, I picked
drive.
that big back,
They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take them the next week?
Well, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team.
None of these old little deep prayer balls he threw up
this, and you
except
knew it
one
was
of them.
lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play, and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On the crossing route, complete.
Are they still let that nigga go? Oh, good shoot string tackle.
Way down into Atlanta territory. And what are the whistles for? Timeout.
I don't know who the hell that was.
So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
50 seconds.
Try to pad it in, Camara. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Camara trying again. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons.
Why we got a black coach?
And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one are thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really
good game,
interesting. I took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Atlanta, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Uh-oh. That nigga might kick me out the league.
Invite me to the league, to the 2K league. Let me get invited to the 2K league.